Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for having this hearing today. I've actually been bouncing between here and education, where we've been talking about the effects of AI in education. I think this really boils down to two issues. The first is, do we not let China get our technology? And I think the chairman has a bill that will very effectively deal with that. But then I think the second part of it is, how do we make sure our technology becomes the standard for the world and not Chinese? So there's sort of an offensive and a defensive. I would describe the chairman's sort of defensive, don't get our stuff, an offensive, which I've got a bill called the Full AI Stack Export Promotion Act that would do to try to push our stuff out there to become the global standard. Now, Mr. Pottinger, we saw an aggressive push by China to include AI full stack into their Belt and Road Initiative with the goal of making countries stick to the communist AI ecosystem. My bill that I've talked about would direct the State Department to identify American technologies and promote them to our allies and partners so they stay in the American AI ecosystem. Can you explain how aggressively you think it is, or how important it is that we aggressively and securely promote our AI technologies, and how that counters China?
Yep, I'm strongly in support of American technology dominating the full stack in most of the world, not in China per se, where we're not actually welcome, right? But when we talk about the tech stack, it's important to remember it's not just the hardware, the NVIDIA GPUs and so forth. In fact, the further up the stack you go, the more valuable it gets. NVIDIA, I mean, to use maybe a bad analogy, if NVIDIA GPUs are the rails for the railroad, all of the things that enables in terms of AI applications, the data centers, the incredible innovations that are made possible through creative use of AI, those are the locomotives on the track.
I'd put it this way: the hardware creates the capability, the software creates the creativity. I mean,
that's right, and more of the value is there. So I would rather sacrifice, giving China some railroads in service of us making sure that we dominate the locomotives and all the way back to the caboose. That should be American companies in not just in the United States and competing for major industrialized economies, but for the whole world, global south and in between.
So I have one other question. Again, you're talking about software. So to use an analogy of sort of social media, China was able to weaponize TikTok as a vehicle, not only just sort of we're not talking about military benefit. We're talking a lot here about them using our technology for military, but TikTok was weaponized as sort of a propaganding and brainwashing exercise. If China's stack becomes the global standard, is there the ability for them to kind of use that, what comes out of AI, to engage in the sort of nefarious activities using AI that they have done than they have done with sort of things like TikTok? And I have to let Mr. Feiner answer as well, given that he's the better version of me. So I'm fine, you're finer, so you both can answer.
I'll start. I don't accept the last characterization. We can take that one offline. Representative, I think honestly the best argument for the importance of the issue that you've put on the table, which is the full tech stack, including software, the best argument that is true, and that not only do we believe it's true, but that the Chinese, including their very top leadership, believes it's true, is that Xi Jinping himself launched a campaign inside China to purge American software. He called it Delete America, essentially, and that is indicative of the fact that they believe that they have an unhealthy degree of dependency, and that they are going to try to do something to end that and to indigenize even this additional area of capability. So fully agree with your putting this issue on the table, with Matt's characterization that we have to be talking about the full tech stack, not just hardware, and I'll leave it at that.
Quickly.
Yeah, I associate myself with those remarks.
Okay. Yeah, look, what I would say is China sees us as the enemy. It's high time we do the same. So with that, I yield back.
Thank you.
Gentleman yields back.